Hello. I was apparently. Great start. Great start. Hi, hello, welcome in. Uh, this is a very late Valentine's stream, but I wanted to get it done because I did promise. This was the game that I was originally going to go with because I have recently beginning into Dead by Daylight content, and I have been debating if I want to start playing it on stream, despite being bad at it because I am still new. But a friend of mine talked me into this game when it first came out, and I did play a little bit of it, and it looks adorable, but I haven't played too much. So I thought I would experience it a little more with you guys. I'm just now realizing that the desktop audio is still on, so that's great. You can listen to the very cheery background music. I'm gonna turn this up a little bit. Okay, because it was a little quiet. Okay, so we're about to go date some killers. We might end up being our next victim. I don't know. But let us get started on this very belated Valentine's Day stream. I promise I'll be more on time next year, I promise. But without further ado, let us get started. Isn't the art cute? They look nothing like their actual characters, and it's great. My name is Luciana. I'm not famous, Core, but hello, welcome in. How I did so well. I didn't stutter at all when I was doing the good morning voice tweet, and now it's just giant mess. But how has your day been so far? Have you had a good start? Oh, that actually kind of hurt. Oh no. Well, good luck at work. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't save you, Core. I'm sorry. You wake up on the beach, soaking wet, salt water stinging the inside of your throat as if you nearly drowned. Water falls from your mouth as you open it to gasp for air. What? No. Core? Core, no. You do not risk your job. That is bad. That is bad. Bad, Core. I love you and I'm glad that you're here, but not at the risk of your job. You have no memory of how you got here. In fact, you can only remember your own name, but not where you came from or a single fact about your life. Convenient. And what you do know is that, despite the outrageous beauty of the landscapes around you, you feel incredibly sick to your stomach. Wow. Really went down the wrong pipe, huh? You need a minute. Or can I go on? Do I have a narrator in my head? Because I can give you a minute. We've got plenty of time. Endless time, really. I don't know if I can do a spooky ocean voice. Mal did this when I was streaming it for my friends. An eternity, if you catch my drift. Whoa, not now, Ocean. Sorry, Luciana. May I continue? Please, go on. It is, yeah. I didn't want to do something like super like heavy story related, but I didn't want to do. It's been out for a while, Core. Okay then. As I was saying, You look down at your feet, ankle deep in the crystal blue water of a newly arrived wave. As the water recedes back into the ocean, it reveals a grotesque discovery. Actually, it's really well designed. A decomposing face stares up at you from beneath the sand. All you can do is vomit, a stream of dark bile, bugs, worms, and other... Ugh. Questions race through your mind. Where are you? How did you get here? Who is behind this incredibly charming and well-spoken voice in your head? However, answers don't come easy. Your mind is completely blank. What will you do? Run, close your eyes, dig up that face. I'm not digging up the face. Where would I run to? This sounds more dangerous, though. I guess I could still hear with my eyes closed, so close my eyes. You close your eyes. This must be a nightmare, right? This is not happening. This is not happening. The mantra centers you, and you're briefly able to find peace. The lapping waves go silent, and for the first time in your entire life, it feels like you're in control. How would you know? You don't remember anything. But I don't remember anything. When you open your eyes, why is the corpse smiling at me?
Did I jump scare you?
If I wasn't awake before. Hi, Roga. And I told you to get off your phone. So, that's on you. But hi, Roga. How are you? Also, what's in his mouth? That's disgusting. You're in the exact same place, except now that disgusting corpse face is smiling at you? Even the dead have a wondrous time on our island. I promise, you will too. Don't worry, you're going to do just fine. We wouldn't want anyone else. Well, that was sure weird. That voice again. Do oceans normally talk? Your memory isn't right, but you're pretty sure you remember learning as a child that oceans do not speak directly to people in spooky terms. Your mind doesn't have a chance to linger any longer on your current situation, as you feel something soft bump into your foot. Oh, it's a volleyball. With a very dramatic, little whooshing. I think it's a hand crank. Nice. I haven't really adjusted anything after, I haven't really adjusted anything after my initial, so I probably could do that, but I'm happy with how mine is at the moment. If I ever get, an updated model, then I might have to do it again. But until then... I'm not famous, Core. Stop it. And go back to work. And when you look down, you find a volleyball sitting in the sand next to you. You stare down, frozen. A voice calls out from behind you. I didn't think about voices. I know them as their spooky killers, but this is more of a dating sim, so I think their voices would change a little. So I'll just go with it, and voices will change as I see fit, I guess. A little help, miss? A little help, please? You turn around, and when you see what's waiting for you, your jaw just about hits the ground. She's not that pretty in the game. None of them are. None of them are this pretty in the game.
Rawr.
Right. Hey, Gamzee. How has your day been so far? Has you had a good start? Four gorgeous monsters stand halfway between you and a well-tended volleyball court. Each of them oozes with undead energy, a magical aura reaching out and penetrating you via your eyes. Okay. Are you jumping? Why are you jumping? Your heart begins to race. Curiosity, fear, desire. You can't help but stare at these casually dressed, let's call them killers. I don't know, not to be judgmental, but that's just energy that they put out there. Yeah, especially this guy, with the blood, and the mask, and whatever is poking out of his shoulders. Also, she has blood. She has blood too. Why are you all watching me while you're at work? Oh, I guess you're a little better though, Gamzee. You're on break. Core is not. So many competing feelings rush through your mind at once that you are completely paralyzed. Hello? There are weird days, and then there's this. All you can do is look down at the ball and look and back up at this monstrous lineup of, well, literal monsters. Sexy ass monsters, though. What do? Toss it back, kick it back, say no thanks, say nothing, do nothing. This would probably insult them. I don't want to touch it, there's blood. But the volleyball is not meant to be kicked. I'm gonna be in shock. I'm in shock. I'm gonna do nothing. You stand, frozen, in complete silence. Can I be honest with you? It's kind of a weird move. It's as if you truly don't care that someone asked you politely. You're doing you, despite how much of a weirdo or just a jerk it might make you look like. Clearly, you don't even care. That's not the intention I was going for. Is this some kind of display of confidence? Confusion? Sheer awkwardness? This one. Right here. You feel judged, but you're not sure how. Spirit cuts the silence with a giggle that she quickly swallows when she sees that it caught your attention. Huntress jogs over to collect the ball from the ground next to you before heading back to the volleyball court with everyone else. Except for Spirit. How do I know their names? That's my question. How's Quarterface go? She's really staring you down, her expression hardening as you watch her. The longer you hold her gaze, the more angry she seems to become before turning with a huff and floating off to join the others. Alright, thanks for quickly stopping by, Gamzee. Alone again, you look across the beach at these Alone again, you look across the beach at these strange residents who casually bat a volleyball back and forth, happily ignoring your intrusion on their private beach. Should you be frightened? Worried? Excited? I did refer to them as killers, not to give too much away. But at the same time, damn, are they looking very appealing in their own way, and nobody so much as lifted a blood-soaked finger in your direction. Don't be scared, Luciana. You were made for this. Well, geez. If the spooky ocean voice doesn't have to be scared, I'm sure it's all going to work out. With no good reason not to, you decide to head over and see what happens next. It seems like you've derailed the volleyball game just by showing up. Okay. You have to say it as just like that, my guy, but alright. You derailed the game just by showing up, nitwit. And I guess you're also a nitwit. Look, it's best just to go with what Trapper says when he says it. That's a policy I hold for pretty much anyone who always seems to have fresh blood on their hands. True. Hey, don't worry about it. It's just a game. Existence, that is. Besides, you seem a lot more interesting than a silly game. What's your deal? What brings you here? You mean they're here to do more than distract from my total domination? I don't like him. I don't think I like him. That was Rave. That sigh means he was done with the game too. Either that, or we saw a butterfly or something. Aw, that's so cute! Look, I don't care why this slack-jawed moron is here. I just want to know, can I kill them or not? Nope. You may not. I don't care how excited you seem to look. The answer is no. You know you can't. At least not yet. Oh yeah, not yet. Hey, Luciana, you might want to, say something. Actually, never mind. There'll be plenty of time for that soon enough. Right now, this group has some questions for you. But be warned, answer quickly and quickly. Am I timed? Oh, please don't tell me I'm timed. And answer well. This is a timed quiz, and it'll be very important later. How do I save? How do I save? That's how I save. Yes. Why is there a timed quiz? Very important. Or not important in any way whatsoever. Probably that one. I can't remember. I hate this narrator. I hate them. I don't know who you are. It might be my own head, but I hate them. How attractive would you say you are? Average. I'm pretty average, I think. Just another face in the crowd. Another normal, meaningless life in an endless cycle. I think you're rather cute myself. Like a chipmunk. Or a grizzly bear. Those are completely different. If you could have any... I don't know what to give him. If you could have any superpower, what would it be? Sort of think... Invisibility. Invisibility? Same. Although sometimes I think I already am. Baby! Oh, what was your best subject in school? Math, history, skipping class. I never skipped when I had lessons. So history? History? Nice. It's important to know what came before so that we are not doomed to repeat humanity's mistakes. I mean, we will anyways, but still. What's your favorite animal? Cat. Wait, what was that last one? Definitely a cat. What? Why is everyone looking at me? You think just because I'm the typical cute goth girl, I have some specific love for all things cats? And more specifically, black cats? Well, I do. But you can all go to hell anyway. You're calling yourself out there, honey? What's your favorite color? Blue, blood red, three. What color is a 3-day-old corpse? Blue. Blue isn't good for productivity. It makes people want to be lazy. Aren't you wearing blue? Huntress is wearing blue as well. Your name is Blue. What's your dream job? Astronaut, nightclub promoter, not work. Yes. Not working at all. If we get to do what we really want, why work at all? That's a lot better than my answer. It takes a lot of courage to break free from society's expectations to climb the ladder. Only Sheik has been laziness into some kind of grand crusade. These damn... Ooh, shut up. I like what I do. Best flavor of ice cream. Vanilla, chocolate, or splash. What's with some of these answers? I'm scared. What flavor is this? Vanilla. Vanilla? My favorite flavor is Pang. Pang. The same. The same here. Oh, brave. Oh, honey, why do I feel like that last part was just added just to fit in, baby? Okay, he's cute. He's cute. Mine is vanilla, swirled with pain. I think mint chip is the greatest flavor ever conceived. I agree with you, voice in my head. But that was an option. But enough about ice cream, am I right? Hold on a second, this reminds me. I am right, always. It's a lesson you should learn before we go too much further. Do what I say if you want to survive. Pink mint chip. We're teaching lessons now, narrator. You rascal. Kill or be killed is the rule on this island, even for faceless voices. Tell me, what's the best flavor of ice cream? Will I actually die? Well, will I actually die if I pick them? Hold on. I can't save. That's wonderful. I still like. I guess I don't mind because vanilla and mint chip are two of my favorites. So I guess I'm not lying. But I don't want to just give in either. I'm just gonna give in. The best flavor is mint chip. So obedient. I think you're gonna do just fine. Socolanis? Bonzas. I don't know if I said that right. But thank you for the follow. Welcome in. If you feel comfortable talking in chat, would you mind telling me how you found me? Anywho, now that they know so much about you, I'm sure the group wants you to start getting to know them. I'm Trapper. I pretty much run things around here. I'm the smartest, richest, strongest person on this whole island. I'm going to call that. I'm not sure about this one. And I feel like Huntress would fight you for this one. I don't like losers. If you want to know what a loser is, say hello to Ray. Be nice. Hi, I'm Raheem. I'm nothing like everyone else. I like nice people and loathe big dumb idiots. Hey, what's up? I'm Spirit. I don't like most things. I don't really hate most things either. It's not worth my time. But the things I do hate, I really hate, you know? Based on my personal observations, life is nothing but suffering, and society is a carefully calculated lie to keep everyone subservient to those in power. It's better to choose to just not take part. How did you die? I feel like I looked this up. Hey, Armor, hello! You have 4% chance to unhook yourself? Well, at least that's better than 0. Jeez, it's like she was downright murdered by society. She hates it so much. No, oh, no, wait. I'm remembering Spirit's story now, and that's almost exactly what happened. Hey, I'm Huntress. Don't let these bummers get you down. There's lots of fun to be had on this island, along with lots of love. Yeah, there is. If you know what I mean. Grow up. Grow a body. I've explained this 1,000 times. I'm dead, but I'm not a literal ghost. I just create a trail of fog. I'm not made of it. Whatever, fog body. That's not nice. He's not nice. You love it. Only sometimes. Ew, really? That's disgusting. That's why she likes it. Don't speak for me. I also hate it. Stop speaking entirely, actually. I think they all have a general dislike for Trevor. The first time ever, I agree with Brave. Let's move on, otherwise they'll do this all day. Besides, if I know this crew, and I do, they'll want to show off soon enough. If we're done playing, let's do something else instead. Oh wow, for once I actually agree with the meathead. I say we go to my yacht. It's the massive boat dock nearby. I'll give everyone a taste of true luxury and power. I don't like him. Wraith rolls his eyes. And don't mind him. He just hates fun and happiness. Or meatheads who like to brag. No, I hate the endless, desperate, soul-crushing pursuit of wealth. The way it's flaunted endlessly. And the cruelty it engenders. What about hanging out by the pool? I find the water calming. Simple. Beautiful. Hey, what about our volleyball game? We can exercise and have some fun as a group. Are you serious? There's a perfectly good lounge to chill out at right here. I'm tired. And besides, I hate being in the sun. I feel that. I don't like the sun. I feel it. Where do you want to go? Oh, so I have to guess. I have to guess where all these are at. They don't give me the names. Oh wait, did they all die? Like in all their backgrounds, they're dead. I know that's what it said, but is that really what happened? Oh, okay. I didn't really look into the lore of the game. I just seen people play it. Okay, so I'm gonna guess this is volleyball. This is the yacht. Oh, no, that's the lounge. Maybe? Come on. He wanted to go to his yacht. What I want to say is this. She wanted to go to the lounge. She wanted to play more volleyball. And he wanted to go to the pool. That doesn't look like a pool, but this looks more like the ocean. This I want to say is the volleyball, and that's the yacht. I want to say that these are in sync of who wants to go where with who's behind them. And I don't know if I want to go for Wraith or Spirit yet, because they're both kind of cute. wait, hold on. There's a random number generator, right? I go evens for Wraith and odds for Spirit. Okay, we're going right. I got it too. Thank you for the alert, Roga. I hope you have luck with your fine tuning. I'd be down for a dip in the pool. Whoa, the pool? You actually want to go to the pool? Well, I mean, sure. Why not? Oh, you're precious. Okay, I don't hate it. I've got good ideas. What's wrong with my ideas? The pool is great. Everyone knows that. All over the world, if people agree on one thing, it's that pools are great. Look, we've got a whole ocean right here, and they still put in a pool because pools are just, you know, great. It's a real special treat. And you thought it was bad when he stayed quiet. Oh, hello. There are two normal people here. Hello. Oh. The enemy sounds like a dick. Okay, so we have normal people here. Hello. What are normal people? Hold on. For just one moment. This is Dwight and Claudette, our activities coordinators. They're also the cooks, waiters, bartenders, janitors, and every other job. They're the only help remaining on the island. Are they the only help because everyone else got killed or because they left? I don't think I want to know. This place we call Murderer's Island. Cue dramatic musical flourish. None of the others survived. Survived the interview process. I mean. Okay, so they were killed. Got it. Hence why we shall heretofore refer to them as survivors with a capital S. Oh, Thunder Raiden, hello! Thank you for the raid. How was your stream? Was it fun? Did you have fun? What were you playing? Thank you, Armor. But was it fun? Did you have fun? What were you playing? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in! I am getting energy. I don't know where it's coming from. You open up with a lot of compliments. Thank you. Appreciate it, I think. But welcome in. In case you don't know me, my name is Luciana Loomis. I am an Arctic kitsune, and I am currently hoping to survive by flirting with murderers, but killers on Hotel Neil. Nice. Oh, you were that last time, right? How'd it go? Oh, what am I all ready for? I am I don't know what I'm all ready for, but alright. But welcome in, welcome in. If you are able to stay, welcome in. Enjoy, sit back, relax, and enjoy me, I think, helplessly flirt, because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't flirt. But I think I'm going to do kind of okay. Maybe. But if you have to leave, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope it is as productive or as relaxing as what you are hoping for it to be. And, or if it's late for you, because time zones, and I don't know them well, I hope you have sweet dreams. Thank you! Thank you, I appreciate it. Welcome in. I have to differentiate. It's fine. Naki Tochizu. Is that correct? I'm gonna call you Naki. But welcome in. I try to say it at least once. But I get like almost everyone nicknames. But welcome in. If you don't mind me asking, how did you find me? I do love the emotes though. Those are adorable. Hence why we... Oh, I remember that. Where's my mouse? There it is. We used to have worked here a long time. So very long. I don't actually know how long it's been. Sorry. Anyway, I should probably let Dwight and Claudette do their mandated jobs. They sure look happy, but they're vibrating with a nervous energy that is starting to give me the creeps. Nice! Well, welcome in. Hello. I appreciate it. You will now escort the group to the venue of your choosing. Oh, thank you for the sub! I don't think I deserve it, but thank you, I appreciate it. And hi, Ryu. Good morning. I should probably turn my phone off. I'm done with the number generator. I don't need it anymore. And thank you for the gift sub. I don't think I deserve all the money that's being thrown my way, but I appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, that's... You also have to go Tippy Tap. I'm planning on getting a Tippy Tap animated emote eventually. I am trying to gather up, because I have tier 1 emotes. But then someone subscribed to a tier 2, and I didn't even know that existed. So I'm trying to rush, but also not rush, ideas for tier 2 and tier 3, because I looked into it. There's a tier 3, but I don't know what the difference is besides more emotes. Anyway, I also need free emotes as well. I plan on moving some of the ones that I have for tier 1 over to free because I want everyone to be able to use them. Okay, yeah, so it is just more emotes. Okay. So I plan on getting at least, like, 15 more, like, regular emotes, and then I think 3 animes. I think I'm allowed to have 3. One for each tier. I think. I'm gonna have to go back in and check before I actually fill it, order anymore. But I do plan on getting more done, and it's going to be, they're going to be adorable and they're going to be cute as long as I can figure out what I want them to look like. But yeah. And I love seeing all like the emotes in chat too, because it give me some ideas. So I know that I want the glow stick ones, and I know that I want the little tippy tap ones. I might get one that I put where I'm like hiding behind a wall. So I've seen that one, and that one was like really cute. I can be like, I'm like, hi, like, oh, nervous, and because that's how I am when I meet new people, in like the real, in like outside of streaming. I know that for the animated emote, I want the little tippy taps because that is so cute. It's so cute, and I love it. I could have one wrapped in a blanket. You're giving me so many ideas, and I'm loving it. But I'm almost getting sidetracked, so we'll get back to the game. But thank you, and welcome in. Oh, she looks so mad. Don't get distracted. It's fine. We will not escort you to the venue of your choosing. However, in the future, we recommend waiting for us to present you with your options whenever possible, and don't just run off to various activities unsupervised. We don't want we don't have much anatomy around here. The least you can do is allow us to do our job. The most you could do is help us get off this island. Dwight! Yes, pardon me. Please, follow us. Why, I think they want to leave. Hey, narrator? Yes? Is something I can help you with? Those two, Claudette and Dwight. Did they just start to mention something about wanting to escape? Is escape an option? Should I be trying to escape? Escape? Then? Oh, no, 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 no. I think you're mistaken. It seems like Dwight was asking for help to get off this island, though. Oh, right, that. Yes, that's true. He was. But he just meant that he wants to get to the other vacation island getaway, a couple miles south of here. It has much fancier accommodations than this island. It's one of those big corporate outfits, quite exclusive, where all the famous celebrities hang out. Very luxurious. Doesn't quite have the charm that this island has, though. And trust me, you wouldn't want to go there. With all that money comes a lot of restrictions. Yeah, thank you for the lurk, and thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. This is where you belong. Why is this where I belong? Am I a monster? Did I get swept up by the entity? And it has something to do with the ocean? Do I hear voices? And things I shouldn't have voices? Like the ocean? And the narrator? And now, off you go. It's time for an activity. On this island, your decisions matter. Mostly. When I agree with them. Not like that other island. So what will it be? I want to go to the pool. Wraith moves ahead to the pool at a pace that could almost be considered jaunty, if a creature so lanky that they appear to be made of entirely of elbows and ankles could jaunt. How would that even work? I'm looking at my own elbows and ankles to figure out how that would work, and I don't. I'm going to ignore the narrator on this one. Okay. What's going on with Gray's face? Is that a smile? Is that what a smile looks like when he does it? He looks so happy. Oh, he's adorable. Okay, I think I'm happy with the number generator. I love this. I love him. He's adorable. What can I say? Being enveloped by water is comforting. It's quiet. It's ominous. And you know. Wraith looks back over each shoulder to make sure no one besides you is within earshot. The fire can't get me. Oh, do you not like fire? You don't like fire. Oh, honey. Super normal stuff here, as usual. Oh, great. It's Claudette and Dwight. What do these two want? Since everyone's at the pool, we figured we'd bring over some our most popular pool accessories. Luciana, which of these is particularly interesting to you? Foam noodles, inflatable. Ooh, I like the inflatable lounger. Basketball hoop and goggles and lounger. Those loungers are pretty comfortable. Sleeping during the day, completely out and open like this, you're really making yourself a target. I never said sleep, just relax. If someone were to, I don't know, try and throw an axe directly at you, well, you'd sure be easy to see. Not that I'm saying I would do that to you. I prefer a challenge. Huntress may not be into it, but it sure looks like Spirit co-signs this choice. So she immediately snakes the coolest one. It's in the shape of a casket. A really cute casket. Do they make those? Like, inflatable, floaties that look like a casket. Is it bad that I'd be kind of interested? Just lay in a casket and pretend you're dead. I can stop my heart for a short time. I can pretend I'm dead. I control my temperature. I could go ice cold for a short period of time. I'm thinking of prank ideas, and I don't think anyone will be too thrilled with them. I don't really do water, but as long as I'm floating on top of it, that's fine, I guess. Spirit grabs you by the back, grabs you the black unicorn floaty, and sets it in the water next to her. And since you also enjoying the fine art of relaxing, here, you can share my umbrella. Well, come on, that's charming. Something about the water and being this close to Spirit is putting you in a playful mood you might regret. Do you splash her? Just a little bit? I promise she doesn't have a cell phone in her pocket. She died before they got popular. I'm not splashing the girl who could literally kill me. You stand perfectly still in the water so as not to send a single drop in Spirit's direction, thus enraging her and resulting in your own demise. Oh wow, she's passed out. Probably from how boring you are. Hope she doesn't get a sunburn. For a waking nightmare, you could almost believe that you're starting to relax a bit and forget about how much you can't remember. It's as if the sun's very rays have a calming effect on you, your body tranquilized by the soft light from overhead, coupled with the cool breeze rolling in it from the sea. And you're not alone. I feel recharged by the gentle warmth of the ocean's caress. If it was a little too warm, that might have been my fault. Also, this is a pool, not the ocean. Okay, everyone, just let him finish. Thanks, Luciana. I know this probably doesn't seem like me, but would anyone want to play a game of Marco? Oh, it's been forever since I played Marco Polo. Yes, I love games. I'll go first. Someone blindfold me. Of course, Trapper has a blindfold ready to go. It's as if he had it in his hands before you even spoke. Ugh. And did he just wink? And did... I did not. Don't put this in my... Don't. No. Oh no. Spirit is looking adorable. They honestly all look adorable. Save for Trapper. I don't like Trapper. And if I could get a casket-shaped flotation device, I would be thrilled. I think I would be so happy. A good thing you're getting reined in, because it sure seemed like you were about to act out. Trapper is not even in my... Oh, what is this? Minigames consists of two parts. On top, a pointer which rotates in a clockwise direction. And on the bottom, a target you're going to be pointing at. Sometimes the target is immediately visible, sometimes it's hidden until the pointer arrives. What the fuck is this? Stop the spacebar to... Just press the spacebar to stop the pointer while over the target to win. They'll land on the target and you... Okay, so is this entire area of the target or just the circle? Again, I'm about to find out. To achieve a perfect success, land on the start of the target, not the... Okay, so the whole thing, but it's preferable for just this. Okay. Okay, ready to play? Or which way? No, I am as ready as I can be. Ready! Away we go. It's time to feel around. Go get him, Tiger. Oh my... Not bad. It is so fast. Perfect. Not bad. Oh my god. Perfect. Oh. How was that perfect? I did good. Hey, nice. That was pretty good, Luciana. No, it wasn't. Don't lie. Just ignore him. You've just been thrown into a very weird situation, and, you held your own. I respect that. That was a good game. I say we celebrate. By throwing this a waiter whose name I forgot into the pool. We are not throwing Dwight into the pool. Knock it off, Trapper. You're no fun. Thank you, Luciana. I won't forget this. Well, I mean, I might. Every time I think too deeply, I seem to forget every specific detail in my life beyond the basics of who I am as a person. That sounds bad. But that was so cool of you to stick up for me. I'm no expert, even though as an omnipotent narrator, I probably should be. But I think that means it's time for the next activity. Does she? That's oddly specific to detail, but okay. Seems like the next activity is mealtime? How quaint. Why am I saying quaint? You're expecting what? Capture the flag? Do you know how complicated it is to run a game like that? Much more so than sitting and talking. You arrive at the cookout area to find an assortment of picnic tables scattered around. What were you expecting? Some kind of grand hall with a large, huge banquet table? There's like some prestigious fantasy epic like you'd find on cable. The White and Claudette usher you to your seat, but there's a very limited seating directly around you. And, oh great, terrific! It seems that everyone wants to sit next to you. Even better is that they don't want to sit next to a certain other people either. To start, no one wants to sit next to Trapper. Meanwhile, he refuses to sit next to Wraith or Trickster. Trickster? I haven't met Trickster. Same. I've watched a few people play it, and it looks interesting, and I've played it a little bit with Balden and Claire. And I have been getting really interested in trying to learn how to play it more. Hey, Engine, hi! How's your day been so far? That actually sounds kind of reasonable. I would buy something just for something else. Okay, so no one wants to sit next to him. Trapper doesn't want to sit next to Wraith or Trickster, who I don't know who that... Oh, I know who he is, but I haven't seen him in the game. Never mind. Found him. Oh yeah, Trickster is here. Surprise? Yeah, well, they don't call him expected, sir? I'm sorry, even I get nervous around crowds of killers, and my whole shtick gets a little flustered. Is that an inflatable bat? Alright. Hey there. You're looking good, Luciana. Real good. And we literally can't let Huntress and Trapper sit together. Nope. Seriously. Their arms are too big. They can't... Wait, are you joining us now? Is that what's happening? Just a random new character. Okay. They can't fit at the table if they sit side by side. Look at this. We can't even fit everyone on screen at the same time. You probably think it was an error, but it's not. It was completely intentional. Let it be a lesson to you. Every error you think you see is a choice. Got that? Okay. Dwight and Claudette are directing traffic. You sit on one side. The rest of them will sit opposite you. Huntress and Trapper can sit at the ends with their enormous sexy arms. Why do you do this? I don't know if I feel comfortable reading this out loud. Now that everyone is seated, we can begin dinner. Tonight's meal was prepared slowly and carefully with both love and hate for 12 hours over a spit. We hope you all enjoy. We really, really hope you do. Hey, you didn't actually tell us what you're serving. What are we eating? It's a meat. It's seasoned with a specific number of special herbs and spices that we simply can't divulge. My favorite. Meat is good. Meat is murder. Which you know, considering what you've been up to. Who are you to get judgy now? I'm just sharing facts. And you need to murder something to eat its meat. So it's, like, technically true. Technically true is the best kind of true. Okay, enough yapping. Let's eat. Hey, Luciana, you thinking what I'm thinking? It's gonna be a person on that spit, right? Or several parts of overlapping people, perhaps? I haven't seen many pigs wearing palm tree button-down prints, you know. When you look closely at the spit, you spot what definitely appears to be a scraps of fabric sandwiched between some layers of meat. We're eating a person. Are they cannibals? Is that... where did Trickster go? I think I might be sick. Is there anything else to eat? This took 12 hours. And we do literally everything on this island. Actually, there's one thing you're not doing today. You're not carving up this delectable meat. Wow, he's right for a change. Because I am with my broad axe. It's the perfect tool for easily chopping anything in twain. First, who says twain? Who says quaint? And sometimes I swear it's like we're all from complete historical eras. Secondly, I'll handle this with my cleaver. Fast, powerful, and clean. At least it's clean when the meat is cooked. No blood. Ugh. You two and your ridiculous bicep swinging contest. Enough! Grow up! Obviously, my gorgeous katana is the only option. Obs. The hell it is. Oh, I'll show you both my katana and send you to actual hell if you like. Please stop. Please. I hate it when we fight. Or talk. Or even when we look at each other in the eye. Ray, honey, I can do it. With the skull of Azeroth? Azeroth. Great. Instead of slicing it up, we can club it to a second depth. Hey, Luciana, I know this isn't what you want to eat, but hurry up and volunteer to carve up Felix, dinner. Don't give him a name! Otherwise, this will go on for hours. No hyperbole. They once argued over who had the most effective weapons for 72 hours straight. Oh. Is that why I look like a spine? Got it. I guess he really didn't like his boss then. Got it. And it doesn't matter which one does it. When they're done, they will take even longer cleaning their weapon, all while explaining the value in maintaining your tools. Despite being a bunch of cold-blooded killers, for some reason, they're always terrified of tetanus. Hey, why don't you let me just carve up dinner? A splendid idea. We'd hate for it to get cold. He hated it when it got cold. Here's a machete, freshly sharpened. No! Wait, you already explained this. Do you want to keep explaining it? Ooh. I did miss completely, you are right. It was not good. Spirit, why do you look so happy? That was pretty good. I'd like to see what you could do with a less clumsy weapon. Yeah, I said it. Machetes are dumb. The dinner is finally served. For real. The sounds, especially coming from the masked killers while they eat, which involves lifting their masks and shoving food up behind them, are nasty. Spirit, meanwhile, doesn't even eat. She's the only one who seems to really be embracing being dead. They're all dead, right? This is obviously hell? Or I mean... JoJo All-Star Battle. I knew they had a game. I have been ignoring it, though. Good for you. You're having fun, though. Oh, that's awful. Oh, what? Oh, was Wraith in the Mafia, or was he just, like, innocent bystander type deal? Are you okay, Ryu? Yeah, go get breakfast. Oh, and his boss is an asshole and kind of deserved it. For who? Who are you down bad for? It's a spirit? Come on. We're still trying to be mysterious here. You think mystery comes easy? Claudette and Dwight aren't the only ones who've been working their asses off to make this night perfect. Well, at least they're lifting their masks. This is only 90% as disgusting as it could have been if they had just tried to mash stuff through there. Spirit, why aren't you hungry? The two best things about being dead is not having to eat. That's only one thing. Think about it, Luciana. Number 2 is no number 2. One less thing to think about in the afterlife. Even if I wanted to eat, I have no idea what would actually follow. You may have noticed, but I'm mostly just a bunch of dismembered body parts floating in a spectral form. Do you see how deep this cut on my abdomen is? I don't think my digestive tract connects anymore. I am trying to choose between Wraith and Spirit because they both look cute, and like they both seem the most pain. Though I might be leaning towards Spirit, not Spirit, Wraith. Just because the number generator pulled me in this direction, and he's adorable. He's adorable. Between the food and the behavior of the group, this might be the worst meal in history. But even worse is that they're staring at you. You're not eating. They don't like that. I think they want an explanation why. What do you tell them? This is gross. I'm sorry. Look at that seagull! Just distract them. I kind of want to go with just look at that seagull. I don't want to say this is gross, because that seems like it'd be a bad idea. Look at that seagull! Wow, have you ever seen a seagull that big? I haven't. That's incredible. Anyway, what were we talking about? Lame misdirect. Yeah, she's right, Luciana. Pretty lame. Own who you are. Never compromise. Didn't you wash up on this island with no memory of who you are and how you... How did you know that? Yes, you did. Poor thing. You have no idea the last time you ate a real meal. And you've been standing in the sun. But the seagull... Uh-oh. He's made a lot of good points. I swear, you're beginning to feel lightheaded. It waved at me. Maybe you need to eat to survive here. Either that, or someone poisoned you. No, wait, you haven't eaten, so you can't be poisoned. Whatever the answer, you're clearly about to pass out. I haven't seen much of Valorant, so I wouldn't know. And I'm really bad at first-person shooters, so I haven't played it. Oh, hey, it's me again. Your friend, mentor, and guide. Narrator to the narrator. The ocean. Not sure how I feel about that characterization, but I'll allow it. I brought you here, and I might be the only one who can help you now. There's only one thing you must do to survive. You have to figure out why you're really here. No one can tell you. Not unless you follow the right path. Or at least, a right path. There's too many of those to count. Hopefully, you pick at least one of them. Because there are even more wrong paths. Many of them lead to your demise. Others lead to something even worse. Starting scenes over and having to fast forward back to where you were, am I right? For this place holds many secrets, even from itself. But the one that truly matters can only be learned if you answer the most important question. Why are you here? Why are you here? Answer that, and you'll learn the truth. The ultimate truth. Vague, mysterious. I gotta give it up to this ocean character. That's some quality early game storytelling. If you say so. Ah, okay. So you're probably you're doing better than I am, though, Ryu. You wake up to find Wraith holding your limp body and gingerly pouring cool water into your mouth. Now that you're finally alone, Wraith looks at you eagerly. I don't care if the seagull actually waved at you, but I understand the feeling of looking at you from so far away and not wanting to reach out. What is with that face? But did it wave at you? I feel like I shouldn't lie to him, but at the same time... Can I save? Am I allowed to save? Why am I no longer allowed to save? I want things to go well with him, so I shouldn't lie. But would he get mad to know that I did lie? I don't like how happy the music is either. Oh no, what do I do? I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be truthful. Honesty is best policy here. I made it up. Oh, well, thanks for being... Okay. How do I say this? It's just... Honesty is important to me. I guess that makes sense. Because his boss wasn't honest with him. Oh, that makes sense! Okay, I picked good. I've been burned too many times. Something about the word burned makes Wraith look away. Far away. Eyes brimming with tears, and yet, at the same time, dead. I understand. Wraith looks back at you with those sad eyes, wanting so badly to believe you. He looks, oh baby, can I give him a hug? Does he like hugs? He looks down at the ground. I have something very important to tell you. It's about something very special to me. It's not something I tell everyone, but you know how important honesty is to me. I can't expect that from you if I'm not honest in return. Oh great, everybody's got crabs. Like, the animal? Does he keep crabs as pets? Do you keep crabs as pets? It's actually kind of cute. It's about my special bell. What? Pretty. It belonged to my father. He gave it to me before he and my mother, well, they had to go away. If I was ever in danger, I was supposed to ring this bell. It didn't really work. But it's all I have of my family with me. Wow. Wraith, thank you for telling me. Here, hold it. Whoa, Wraith just gave you his bell? Sound the alarms. What are you gonna do with this thing? Hold the bell delicately. You caress the bell, running its finger. Is that your blood? Why are you touching this thing? Thank you for sharing this important part of yourself. You hand the bell back. Wraith is looking out wistfully at the ocean. The ocean is beautiful. It's not real. None of this is. Wraith looks at you, more intensely than ever. I don't know if you're ready to hear the truth. Just as things are really heating up, you hear a flurry of footsteps behind you, and you quickly spin around, ready to fend off whatever new danger has popped up on this strange island. Only to find that it's Dwight and Claudette sprinting across the beach, clipboards in hands, which they're waving in the air above their heads. Are there other kinds of crabs? What the hell crabs are there? A soft crab? Like a plushie? That'd still be cute. No, wait, that'd still be the same kind of crap, though. I don't know. It's very important we stick to the itinerary and attend each event as scheduled. Playing sick for cute flirt points was not a part of this event's evening's activities. That's strictly allotted slotted for after campfire story time. At this rate, we'll be late. Playing sick? No, it was no time for excuses. Well, there is, but that's scheduled for after what comes after the flirting. Go, 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 go! But okay, everyone will campfire. Once everyone has gathered at the fire pit, Dwight and Claudette quickly make an announcement. We're not going to blame anyone in particular, but someone, and we're not going to say who, so don't worry, you, who hasn't been sticking to the schedule. That means we're behind on time for evening activities, and we'll only have time for one person to share their spooky story, a special spooky nighttime story. Just one story? But story time is my favorite activity. This is a narrative-heavy experience. You're telling us that only one person gets to share? How will we decide that? Who? Oh, great. We have to decide as a group? That never goes well. Whoever did this, step up now. I swear I won't get angry. I'll merely chop your head clean off. No fuss. No, that would kill me. No thank you. Voice trembling, you realize this is probably it for you. But you embrace your fate. Do not embrace your fate. Sorry, everyone. I think they're talking about me. To be honest, I still don't understand how this whole schedule thing works. I guess I lost track of time while I was passed out. Been there before. Even though it's taking some pressure off of me, which is an absolute dream come true, is it really fair to pick on the newbie? Seriously, has anything here ever happened on schedule? Even once? Damn it, Donald! Who the fuck is Donald? If you try to flex that authority gimmick one more time, so help me. I'll snap your head off so quick, and then I'll drown you in his blood, Cynthia. Who is Cynthia? Fuss and Muss are back on. You two know I love to hack, slash, and slice. We all know you love to kill. It's almost all you talk about. Nobody named any names. Who even knows any names? Not us. I renounce my name. Who's Donald? Who's Dwight? Oh, they're talking about them. Who even knows anymore? Call me nobody. We still gotta get started on story time, so... Luciana, where do you think you should go? Ah, damn it, that's a name. Please, pick somebody quickly so that this tropical vacation doesn't turn into a bloodbath. Let's go, Wraith. You look excited. I choose you, Wraith. Whoa, whoa. This entire experience is being carefully crafted to avoid an IP infringement lawsuit. Let's be careful with the catchphrases, will you? I'm not really one for scary stories. Life is scary enough as it is. You literally carry around a skull and a spine as your little prop. As the other killers laugh, Wraith holds up his skull and gazes into its hollow, dark eye sockets. If you're looking for something Shakespearean in this story, look elsewhere. This is a tale of madness, of staring at the soul of death and never returning. Once upon a time, a young man worked at a junkyard. The man was quiet. It kept to himself. It just wanted to avoid trouble. While the boss dealt with clients, the young man operated the crusher, turning old cars into cubes of twisted metal. One day, right before crushing a car, he noticed something. Blood. Drip, drip, dripping from the trunk. He opened it and found a frightened stranger, bound and gagged. The young man reeled. Was he about to accidentally murder this stranger? How could this have happened? He freed the stranger, who ran off, into the waiting arms of the boss. the owner of the junkyard. Before his shaken employee could tell him about the mistake they had nearly made, the boss took out a knife and swiftly slit the stranger's throat. The young man fell to his knees, unable to comprehend what was happening. As he stared at the ground, too shocked to cry, the boss approached him. What did you do? He asked the boss. I did your job for you. What do you mean? That's not my job. My job is to crush the cars. The boss let out a miserable scoff, his face contorting in evil disdain for the pathetic wretch in front of him. Why do you think we're crushing these cars? To save space? Who do you think my clients are? I don't know, mumbled the young man. Yes, you do, screamed the boss. Deep down, you've always known what was happening here. You just didn't want to admit it to yourself. Your hands aren't clean. My clients give me money and I take care of their problems, eliminate their witnesses, tie up their loose ends. Or actually, you do. No, the young man whimpered as the boss towered above him. Yes, you're nothing more than an executioner, and you've reaped hundreds of souls. The young man's body shook with soft spasms as he tried to stop crying. It was when the boss started laughing that it happened. Something in the young man changed. He stood up, now taller than the boss. A faint glimmer of fear overtook the snarl on the old man's face. The young man's face was empty. Empty as he grabbed the boss's throat and dragged him to the car and the crusher. Empty as he picked up the boss and stuffed him inside. Empty as he slammed the trunk down on him, its stupid fat head sticking out, begging for mercy. Empty as he started the machine, staring at the boss and its sniveling, crying, wet face. Empty as he grabbed the boss's head, dug his fingers in, farther, piercing the skin. Empty as he squeezed and pulled. Empty as he heard bones popping and snapping. But when the boss's head, still attached to his spine, pulled cleanly out of its disgusting sack of a body, he smiled. Huntress Venus! Hello, thank you for the follow! If you don't mind talking in chat, how did you find me? Also, that was Ray's story, right? That was actually well told. And sad. Poor guy. Hey, Jade! Hi, hello! Welcome in. I love the emote. That's adorable. Ray stares back into the eye sockets of his skull. I'm doing good. I attempted, spooky. I don't know if I succeeded, but I attempted. So, yay. Ray stares back into the eye sockets of his skull. It doesn't matter how good you are, how innocent, how kind, how full of love you once were. When you look into the eyes of evil, you will surely go mad. An awkward silence falls upon the room, until... However, effusive praise, ask about the story, make a joke. I'm doing good. I am strangely more awake than what I should be, so I might crash in a few hours. But I'm doing good so far. How's your day been? Has it been good so far? Has it been not so stressful? I don't know what to pick. I don't think I should praise it. Because it's his story, and he obviously is not pleased with it. Do I ask about it? I'm gonna ask about it. Can I save? Of course not. I can't save on the decisions, apparently, and I don't like it. Ask about the story. That poor young man. I wonder what happened to him. Oh, yeah. We may never know. Well, wherever he is, I hope he's okay. I can't tell, but I think Wraith just smiled. Sorry, it's just weird to see him do it. On that note, everyone decides it's time to take a break and split up for a little bit so that they can all have a moment alone before bed. Everyone leaves and you're alone by the fire. The only thing you hear is the ocean slowly lapping against the shore. This is nice. A true moment of peace and tranquility that lasts for all 7 seconds because Trickster shows up, and he's blaring his latest song. I forgot that you're in here. Alright. Hey, baby. You look lonely. Mind if I join you? He doesn't wait for an answer. I know you're hearing from these guppies. You've been hearing from these guppies all day. But I want you to hear something from a big fish like me. Something special those in charge of this island don't want you to hear. I am the ultimate catch on this island. The only lobster in the ocean of sardines. You are reaching, pal. No one can give you what I can. What can you give me? Besides an inflatable bat. I know I can give you a shirt. You just have to find me. Come find me, baby. Trickster leaves. You're a bit confused about what to make of his cryptic clues, but you aren't going to get any time to yourself to think about them just yet. Wraith approaches you. Hey, I'm probably not making a great impression, because, I guess that's not really my thing. I just know that if you got to know me, then, I mean, look, the others aren't around. I really hate the fire pit. I just kind of hate fire in general. Maybe we could go back to the pool? And, like, I don't know, whatever, you know? A dip in the ocean, a dip in the pool with the Wraith. You've come a long way in a single day. I'm not saying you shouldn't follow him. An offer like that. Just don't forget our little talk. As long as I don't end up in the path where he kills me, I think I'm good. I'm not evil, Armor, so it's fine if you look me in the eyes. I love to see your pretty eyes. You and your storyteller friend slip into the water. It's just the right temperature for an evening dip. Plus, if some jealous shark comes along and manages to jump from the ocean to the pool, you're also pretty sure your killer companion can handle it. Hey. Do you remember my story? You mean the one you just told? Like, a minute ago? Yeah. Yes. Did you, I mean, like, what did you think of, the young man in the story? Do you think he's weird? He's not weird. He's weird. I would forgive him. That's not what they asked. That's not what he asked. I'm definitely not saying he's weird. And what would I be forgiving him for? He's not weird. Well, I don't think he's weird. But he's bad, and I am... Oh, no. Oh, no. Can I go back? Wait, can I go back? I can't. Oh, no. Wait. He didn't have all the knowledge he needed to begin with, but what's important is what you do with the knowledge once you have it. In the end, he's no better than watching... No! I should have picked the forgiveness. I should have picked the forgiveness. Oh no. Can I start over? Oh no. Oh, I need to hear a walk. Oh, I see. Well, that makes sense. Did the young man remind you of anyone? Yet I'm now scared how this interaction is gonna go. Yes. It's you. It's clearly you. What? No, you're carrying around the guy's skull and spine with you right now. Arif looks at Azarov's skull, then down into the middle distance. A long silence ensues. You notice the temperature has dropped significantly. Is it colder in this water now, or is it just me? I think my toes are turning to ice cubes. Wraith seizes up and squeezes his eyes shut. Please, I can't be around any cube talk. Not since, I heard that story from somebody else a long time ago. The story you just told us 2 minutes ago? Exactly. The one that wasn't about me. Usually we'd be nervous that we were about to make things awkward when we barge in, but obviously we don't hold a candle to whatever was happening here tonight. Either way, it's time for bed. For you, but not us. After you go to sleep, that's when we party. After spending all day cooped up on those tight little safari-themed resort uniforms, you just know those two rage late into the night. But you're not here to party with them. You've got your own repressed relationships to tend to. Yeah, because I fucked up. I fucked up. You head over to the campfire. The heat is comforting on this chilly night. Looking at the crackling embers, you think about Rafe's story about the young man who found out he was part of a sinister plot. What don't you know about your current situation? Is it something that will terrify you? Something that will make you snap? Well, what if you look into the eyes of evil? And what if you like it? Before you can dwell too much on your fate, Claudette and Dwight arrive. They're now familiar, creepy smiles, stretching from ear to ear. It's a bit menacing to see a smile like that lit by firelight. We must have. Why is your background bloody? Hello? I am slightly concerned. Just a little bit. Are they part of the game? Are they killers too? They're not just normal people? Because they can't be normal people if they're on this island and they have not died yet. I can't be safe around anyone. Got it. We must apologize for the accommodations. We weren't prepared for another guest, but we're going to make you comfortable, or die trying. I hand over a pillow and blanket and welcome you to snuggle up by the fire. Perhaps the music will put you at ease? Just try to keep the volume to a minimum. Our other guests aren't the types you'll want to rob of their beauty sleep. No! Okay, as you relax and look into the fire, the radio begins to fuzz and flicker. You examine it and decide you might adjust the dial and fix it. Okay. Let's see what's on this station. I don't hate it.
Let's talk about our community. For us, it means two major things. First of all, the community is you out there. It's you and everybody else either playing the game or talking about the game or creating content related to the game or being inspired by the game to write music or to make outfits. It's everybody that's part of what makes Dead by Daylight this amazingly rich and passionate environment. It means groups of people who interact on every single possible social platform, in person. It means people who play together. It's even the people who play by themselves and never talk to anybody. Uh, so it's important for us to be able to break it down and figure out exactly who is part of the community and how do we listen to them? How do we get close enough that we can actually hear what makes them happy, what makes them excited, what worries them, all of this. We need to know about that. So the other part of community for us is the community
Is this
team.
one of the creators
It's our team that
of
we
the game?
built. Obviously, this was a very small thing. 4 years ago is pretty much just Dave and Ash and I talking to you live.
That's cool, but I'm gonna check out what else is on. So far, this is my favorite. I don't know what station that was. Hold on. Yeah, this sounds more tribal. This one too. Huh. I can barely hear this one. If I can fall asleep listening to this one, that would be great. What's me? What is me, Armor? Oh, damn it. I can't listen to it to fall asleep. That's bullshit. Alright. No matter how many things you listen to, you still can't sleep. You decide to ask one of the killers to spend a little more time with you until you're sleepier. Who would like to summon to your side as you lay by the fire? I want to summon Rafe, but he doesn't like the fire. Of course. Rafe, are you around? I was wondering if I could get a little company. I can't really sleep. Oh, that happens to me a lot. Okay. Don't laugh. Promise? I promise. I guess my secret to falling asleep is listening to the sounds of bells or chimes. Think of it as white noise to drown out everything you might be hearing that's keeping you up. Like what, Rafe? Like those distant screams we can all hear coming from beyond the mountain? I didn't hear screams. If that's, a bit morbid, I guess you could hold on to this chess piece of mine. He has a pony! I know the name of it. I call it the pony. It's a knight. They're brave. Like, I wish I were. And the horsey is cute. You are correct, Rafe. The horsey is adorable. You finally start to feel sleepy, except maybe this isn't really a sleepy feeling. Maybe you're paralyzed. You try to keep your eyes open, but you can't. Darkness overtakes you. The dark voice from earlier speaks to you again. It shouldn't still be as spooky, but now you've had a whole day of strange voices in your head. But this one is still undeniably odd. What did I do? Armor, you can't just say that. What did I do? Look, I'm not saying that my feelings are hurt because you chose to swim in some pathetic little teacup when you could have swam in the vastness of an entire, me, I guess. I'm just saying you made a foolish decision and I won't forget it. My feelings aren't hurt. I just lost some respect for you. That's all. Is this the ocean's way of trying to parrot me by saying, I'm not mad. I'm I'm just disappointed. Is that the Ocean's version of that? I'm not a child. I do not appreciate this. You wake suddenly to see someone looming over you. Trapper. Am I gonna die here? Did I fuck up somewhere? Besides with Rafe? Trapper is sitting beside you. Why is he sketching a portrait? Oh, you're awake. I saw you with the Wraith right before bedtime. You should know, they're not what they seem. Not like me, who is obviously completely honest and trustworthy. You say with blood on your hands? I was... Oh, abandoned bad dragon toy. Hello! Thank you for the head pats and for the follow. The cute little emote. Hello! Hi! Welcome in. If you don't mind me asking, how did you find me? Is it bad I thought that the bad was bad for a second? I had a quick look and I thought it was bad. But it's bad. Are you bad? I think a dragon toy would be adorable. If viewers also watch this. What is that? I don't know what that is. Oh, okay. Well, welcome in. I'm happy that you words. Not my strong suit, and I am reading a visual novel. But hi, welcome in. I hope you were able to enjoy yourself. While I think I'm gonna die. I might die. This might mean death. I was out checking to make sure you weren't sleeping near any... oh, thank you for the head pats. Near one of my... Actually, never mind. Just be careful where you sit. One of your what? But since I'm here, I'd actually like to share 2 things with you. 1, I do not take rejection well. Uh-oh. Well, you said you don't like losers, and you already called me a loser, so... I don't know what you want me to do. 2, the first thing is very important to remember. Were you drawing me? Deborah doesn't answer. You aren't drawing stink lines radiating out from me, are you? Still nothing. Is he really that easy to read? Look, I'm not an easy guy to get along with. But I am an easy guy to spend time with. That will make sense if you choose to spend time with me tomorrow. The rest of the scum live like rats. They wouldn't know a good time if you bit them on the... Why are you biting people? I mean that literally. Point is, if you select me, you're in for a day of luxury, extravagance, and fun. Yes, I said fun. And if I don't pick you? Remember what I said earlier. Or it might be the last thing you ever forget. But hey, you look tired. Get some rest. Sleep. Maybe even sleep well if you can. Just try not to roll over to the... about 15 feet to your... What is 15 feet to my left? Fighting alone, for real this time, maybe, you drift off to sleep again. Hopefully you're not poisoned. You're not gonna check what's 15 feet to the left? It's like, that's awfully close. What is happening? Oh, wait a second. Where are we? This isn't... Oh, jeez. It is... It's one of those reality show confessional rooms where all the contestants talk directly to the camera. Okay. That took a turn. Alright. Can you blame me for not getting along well with the others? I mean, I haven't had a real conversation with anyone since I was a child. I take the fact that I haven't slaughtered the newcomer for their meat yet as a win. It looked pretty tasty though, so who knows what'll happen tomorrow. Hey Dwight, do we have a Terragun on this island? That's upsetting and terrifying, and I'm scared. Look, I'm always full of rage. The key is knowing how to control your rage so you can use it. I'm a master of self-control, and right now I'm using all the self-control I can muster, because today was a disaster. Let's just say I didn't love it. That was funny. Laugh. I said laugh, damn it. Anyway, I'm going to kill this idiot. Don't tell them though. I want to lead them on a little more. It will make it that much better for me when they're screaming. I think I'm leading down the path, the death route. Got it! I don't know what I did to him, but I did something, and I am upset. Yeah, today was fun. I don't want to get ahead of myself, or really, invest in something that might hurt me, so I don't know. Maybe we'll see how it goes. Or maybe they'll realize I'm not the one for them. They seem pretty smart, so that's probably— Baby, no! I gotta learn to go easier on myself. Who would love me if I can't love myself? Baby. I know that everyone thinks of me as a beautiful, cold-blooded monster. I can't help it. The circulation just isn't my thing. I don't choose to be cold. This cute hat and robe, okay, those are a choice, sure. If someone were to come around and capture my heart, at least that beats being stabbed in it. Besides, if I'm gonna get bloody revenge on a society that has used me and thrown me away, maybe it wouldn't hurt to have a little help. Okay, so the two that I do like, and if I can have one, I'd rather have the other. They both like me, so yay. Now, here's my question. Is Trapper going to kill me regardless? Or is he going to kill me if I go with him and then, pretend I'm interested in him? Because I don't know. This is autosave. Okay. You open your eyes. The sun is shining, there's not a cloud in the sky, and you feel great. Totally well rested. You're not even suspicious of the fact that you fell asleep by the campfire, but woke up several yards down the beach. I feel like you should be cautious of that, at least. Wait, are you on vacation? Was yesterday nothing more than a strange dream? No, not a dream. You really are here for another day. Why, I have no idea. You're obviously a weirdo. Speaking of weirdos, I see the rest of the gang is hanging out on the beach. This is definitely not a dream. I wouldn't rule out a nightmare just yet, though. At least they make for a sexy bunch. No? Okay. And talk about sexy. Here comes Trickster carrying coffee. Morning, beautiful. I thought you might like a nice cup of joe to start this incredible day off, right? Morning, casual. Hey, Cap. I have to decide if I want to play casual or Cap. I'm having. I'll call you Cap. I'll call you Cap. I might not. Trapper has already said that he wants to kill me. So, I might not get it. But how has your day been so far? Has it been good? Is it classic? How did you play this game? Also, that is sweet, Trapper. It's very sweet. I don't like coffee, though. Is that small? That's a skull. Did you poison this? I am not I shouldn't trust this. It was between Wraith and Spirit for me, and so I used a random number generator, and evens would have been Wraith and odds would have been Spirit, and I got even. So I think I'm going with Wraith. Because both of them look adorable. The only one that because I might play this more afterwards, and I would go for one of the others. I'm gonna hate going the Trapper route because I don't like Trapper. Trickster seems suspiciously cheerful. I'm sure there's nothing nefarious behind his joyful demeanor, though. Everyone knows magicians are morning people. I also want to wish you luck. Today is an important one. My only regret is that I won't be a bigger part of it. Budgeting issues. Okay. Also, I am just swamped with engagements, especially on the other island. Trickster winks at you. If you want to ask him how to reach the other island, now is the time. Never mind. He left. Well, at least he brought me a cup of... No, wait, don't drink that. What the hell was that? They don't call him the Trickster because he's good on a skateboard. And he definitely didn't get that name because he brings people drinks so they can have a good morning. That was most certainly not coffee. And I don't want anyone casually poisoning, imprisoning, and torturing you. Yet. You are on my side. What do you mean torture? Why would you be okay with this? This is supposed to be a tropical paradise, the type of place you give a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, 2 thumbs up review to, not an eternal prison of pain. There are 4 killers on this island. And please make sure to leave a review. It really helps with the algorithms. What review? Just trust me. I'm looking out for you. So can we please move on? Hey, wait a second. How did a possibly omniscient, possibly unreliable narrator physically just knock that coffee out of your hand? This is not Parliament, and the floor does not recognize the ocean to speak out of turn at the... Is that what happened? I thought I just dropped it. How did you do it? I need no recognition. For I am the ocean. I dominate the land. I submerge those who defy me and become their watery grave. Actually, speaking of graves, I would like to say something. Something of grave importance. Fine, go ahead. Even if this place is an eternal prison of pain, and I'm not saying it is, even a place of extreme horror can still receive a 5 of 5, 10 out of 10, thumbs up review, if it was crafted with love and or that's the type of thing you're into. You know, Yoshino is right. A lot of hard work goes into a place like this. We should really judge it on the artist's intent. And whenever possible, start from the mindset of giving them the benefit of the doubt. Constructing these elaborate simulations, I mean vacations, is not easy to do. Sometimes there are some small bugs or inconsistencies, but that's just the nature of the process. Perfection is overrated. The universe is filled with mysteries. We have to celebrate those who ventured to bare their souls as part of a creative process with the ultimate intent of making things for our enjoyment, not to be overly critical of them. Are you trying to sell me on this place actually being good? You don't have to say it like that. Especially after I saved you from that poorly made cup of coffee. Sorry, we should have been here 5 minutes ago. They always do this on the second morning. Sad, really. And if they do make some great points. Oh, sure, they make great points. I agree. Can we please move on? Yes, of course. Apologies, Luciana. The last few minutes aside, have you been enjoying your time here on the island? Yes, I've been having a lovely time. Yes, it's been really entertaining. Yes, I'm not suspicious there's a no option. That's actually true. Why isn't there a no option? Right. I think I heard that Trickster tortures and murders his fans so he can make music. Is that correct? Am I remembering his backstory correctly? Ha! I know some backstories. I think I only know the three. I think I know the spirits, tricksters, and I think huntresses? If I'm remembering correctly. I don't know if I am. I've been having a lovely time. If I were to summarize my time here, I'd call it a lovely time. Oh, lovely. We love to hear that. Because isn't that what this place is all about? Of finding love? No. Shut up, Dwight. You'll get us all killed. Again. And again. And again. We do need to ask you one more question, though. We all had to sign away our rights to say something, anything negative. Would you please sign this non-disparagement agreement? No! No, I will not say anything negative about this island. You may word that I, Luciana, agree. Wait a minute. I thought I hit no. Perfect. Delightful. Excellent. Yes. Yes! Hey, Luciana, it's totally cool if you have constructive feedback. This place is the place to leave that is in a positive review. Because we all know that nobody reads negative reviews of games. Resorts like this. Anyway, I see Dwight and Claudette have gone into a trance. And with the grumbling I hear from your belly, that can only mean one thing. Breakfast. A perfect timing. Everyone rolls into the dining area to lard up those sexy little bellies with pancakes and bacon and so much for maintaining those beach pods. We're all naked in a tropical paradise. Can we get some strawberries here? A yogurt? Magic powers will only get you so far. Even killers watch their sodium intake. You take your plate and sit down, thinking about yesterday and the whirlwind of feelings you've experienced. Danger, dread, disorientation. It was like going through puberty again, except all in one day on a beautiful and mysterious island. It looks like you're not the only one doing some introspection, though. Trapper stands up to talk about how his day went, in case anyone was wondering. Personally, I wasn't. I can't imagine you could make me any angrier today than you did yesterday, but I really hope you do. I really, really hope you do. Unrelated. Anyone seen where I left my cleaver? Just kidding. I always know where my cleaver is. Rainy Tea, hello! Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Oh, welcome in. If you don't mind me asking, and if you don't mind talking in chat, how did you find me? And how has your day been so far? Ow! Sweetheart, love of my life, baby. You can't claw my foot. I know you want attention, but I'm busy right now. Well, that was bizarre. Back to your breakfast. Nope. Now, Hunter steps up to talk about her feelings. This island is treacherous. I don't know what the newcomer thinks they are doing here, but it certainly isn't helping any of us. Whoa. Hunter depends to be all independent, but is she really kind of miffed you and her aren't getting along? Oh well, that surely must be it. No one else would really stand up during breakfast too. And just like that, here comes Spirit. Did everyone sleep well? I did. Or should I say I did not. I haven't slept in 20 years on account of the whole burning quest for familial revenge thing. And last night was no different. So, in that case, it was exactly how it should be. Got a lot of reading done, though. Now, if you don't mind, going to go back to quietly presenting being trapped here with you all, while looking cute doing so. You are looking cute. I'll give you that. I'm guessing Wraith has had enough time to work up the courage to speak in front of a group. Ah, perfect. There he is. Take us home, Wraith. There may be something off about this island, but it's doing wonders for you. I meant like, you look well rested. He's adorable. I love him. Like you just got some good sleep. And, oh good lord. Never mind. And now they're all looking at you expectantly. Wait, are you supposed to stand up and explain how yesterday made you feel? I think I need to process everything by myself. Oh, see you all soon. Damn, what a power play. Keep up wanting more. You're getting good at this game. This sexy, true-to-life experience. I am still not used to people telling me that they're recommended, but welcome in. I appreciate it. And I'm loving it so far. I might be dead this day, according to how Trapper feels. But we'll find out. But yes, I am hooked. I am hooked. It's really pretty. Shame you didn't get to breakfast, but so be it. After breakfast, you head to the hot tub by yourself to clear your head. Yesterday was, in short, a lot. Before you get there, though, something catches your attention. You hear that? Who are you addressing? Me? Well, yeah, I guess. That's okay, right? You know, I may be pursuing a relationship with one of these 4 fine killers, but it feels like the person I'm getting to know the most is you, narrator. It's only okay in so much as it serves to illustrate that you've lost your mind, seeing how I'm not real and all. Yeah, I heard it this time. I think it's coming from behind the bullshed. No, stick it in there. What is happening? Are you killing someone? Was there anyone else on this island? Are you killing Trickster? Please tell me you're killing Trickster. Wait, no. Trickster's pretty. But he's the only one who doesn't really show up. I'd be okay to his Trapper though. How does that feel? Intense. Nice. Yeah, that feels right. This is uncomfortable. Now I want you to take that and put it right. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Just like that? Exactly like that. I swear I had no idea these two will even do, whatever it is that they are doing. I'm afraid to look. Please say something so they know you're close by and can hear everything. Oh wow! Look at this super cool bottle of Trickster brand suntan lotion someone left on a chair. Anyone know where I can buy some? Damn it! Ah! Phantom. Thank you for the gift subs. I don't think I deserve it, but thank you. Oh, come on. A little privacy, please. The wife is panting, and Claudette has a crazed look in her eyes. Sorry, I didn't know how else to let you know I was here. And I could hear you, well, you know. Know what? What do you think we were doing? You were doing... I don't know exactly what you were doing, but it sounded like... fun? You think 2 people trying to find new ways to kill each other in a desperate search to make their own death permanent is fun? Oops. Okay, I was right. They were trying to kill someone. Just not Trickster. I'm worried that you said that you're doing it and that it's scheming. I'm worried. We get 5 minutes to ourselves every day, and we spend it hoping we can stab each other in just the right spot we won't get resurrected. I've come to believe that the key is finding the exact place we need to bleed out from. And I believe that place is in our appendix. Why else would it be there? It makes sense to me. Did you actually think we were me and him? Dwight? You don't have to laugh that hard. They get it. My life is a nightmare, and yet somehow it's never been worse than right now. Now let's go, lover boy. I noted all our entry rooms, and our 5 minutes is up anyway. Good luck, Luciana. You're going to need it. And hey, if you figure out how to escape this island, please make sure your ghost tells us how. That was both a tragedy and a comedy. A cragmedy? Don't do that. Shut up. I like it. Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah. You're heading to the hot tub by yourself to clear your head. Yesterday was, in short, a lot. So far, today has been exhausting too. But you're dedicated to achieving a true, centered sense of home. No drama, no bullshit, just soaking up the sun in a heated pool. Today, you're on a date with you. Oh, I like that. I want to be on a date with me. Who would make the first move? And aside from that disturbing thought, all is going to plan until the shadow blocks your precious sun. Spiky tips. Like a... oh no. Like a palm tree is bending over to screw with you. But it's no tree at all. It's... oh! It said spiky, and the only one with spikes is Trapper, so I immediately assumed the worst. Hey babe. Breakfast was weird, huh? Everyone's just getting up and announcing how they're feeling. What's that about? Some forced kind of check-in with the group? I don't like it. Fishy. Kinda lazy. Oh, whatever though. Breakfast is dumb. No one should eat before noon. Or after 4 p.m. Yeah, I do intermediate fasting. You've seen my abs, by the way. Is he wearing sandals? Back on track. And maybe you can see them later at my private stage on the other island. You know, IP Island, where all the Hollywood celebs hang out. If you play your cards right. I could give you a private show. Why are you angry about that? Catch you around. His abs are pretty amazing. You gotta give him that. And the blow-up bat? Threatening but adorable. Makes for an interesting silhouette. Genius design. He's a psychopath, just like the rest of them. You don't gotta give him anything. And we're not best friends. Just because we had a little talk about doing a little talking. It's not an open invitation to go smashing the fourth wall every 5 seconds. Okay, now that guy is gone and we've got some ground rules established that we're definitely going to abide by, it's time to lay back, take some deep, slow breaths, and... nope. Another shadow. These people will not leave you alone. Let's see who it is this time. Oh, it's Rafe. That checks out. You two have gotten pretty cozy. Hi. Sorry if this is, too forward, but, do you want to get out of here? I'm in a place that's, it's kind of, I mean, it's got, ow, desk, stop talking with my hands. Well, it's hard to explain. Actually, it's kind of weird. You know what? If you want to go somewhere else with someone else, I totally understand. But if you want to see something weird and interesting, let me know, I guess. You've been around Rafe long enough to realize that this rambling speech was actually him being incredibly brave and asking you out. But before you can decide if you want to go off with Rafe, the spirit interjects. Listen to that word vomit. It's like he truly doesn't even want you to say yes to him. Is anything he says real? Really? You should go off with me instead. Because I'm not some kind of fake ghost pretending I don't like things. I'm a real ghost, and I hate everything. But not you. I'm not saying I like you, but well, I could. Later. Hypothetically. I know you like a challenge, so come get it. Tough choice. You weigh your options quickly, because you can only go on one date today, and you also don't want to be hacked to pieces for saying the wrong thing. It's always good to remember that these are cold-blooded killers, but you know what they say. When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. and then die a horrible, retching, writhing death after drinking it because lemons were poisoned all along. Sorry, this island has really got me tilted. So who will it be? Wraith. I gotta go with Wraith. Wraith? Yes? I picked you. Sorry, I stopped paying attention, and then I thought I was hallucinating, and now, really? Baby. Yes, really. Cool. He's a sweetheart. I'm now scared. Where are we? Here's my island hangout. This is what I call the cosmic dump. I know. It's one of those first draft, gonna change it later memes. That just kinda sucks. Sticks. Read. Dump is being kind. It's a massive collection of seemingly ancient ruins that simultaneously appear to have been recently abandoned. And a little beat up. There are stone obelisks, stone carving, ritual tablets. Is that a car? It's pretty weird. Like a collection of things from different, I don't know, places? You look around in awe, then look at Wraith, expecting more of an explanation. There's a very long, very awkward pause. Break the silence. Try and look cute. Let's break the silence. So what's your... Just as you decide to talk, Wraith also worked up the courage to say something. Adorably awkward. You both stop talking, wait a second, and start talking again at the same time. This is hard to watch. Next thing you know, you both start nervously laughing at how awkward this is. Wraith finally makes contact with you. And if what seems like an eternity, Wraith finally manages an entire sentence. So, what brings you to the island? I have no idea. We're not going to explain what this weird place is. Who cares? You. I so badly wanted that option, but I feel like it's a bad idea. No, we came here to flirt. We're gonna flirt. Thank you for the head pat. Hi, Butter. And thank you for this much. Thank you, Butter. Thank you. Oh, and thank you for the hydrate. I appreciate it. You smile cheekily as you practically purr you. Wraith covers his face and excuses himself. You can overhear him doing breathing exercises and giving himself a pep talk in the woods nearby. He comes back, blushing. Sorry, I had to check on pee. I had to pee. Baby, he's precious. The Wraith looks at you with his always sad puppy dog eyes, searching for something to say. Anything to talk about. He clears his throat. Do you remember my bell? I showed it to you yesterday. Of course. Wraith pulls it out. The bell you've heard. What else would they pull out? Wait. Oh. I'm starting to think of possibilities. Okay. Well, I just think it's really nice you picked me to hang out with, and, why is it always so shiny? Wraith gives it to you. The bell. He gives you the bell. Get your mind out of the gutter. Gee. What? Why would my mind automatically go in that direction? I want you to have it. Please take care of it. You know how much it means to me. I promise. I'll take such good care of it. This is the sweetest gift. Rafe smiles, but even smiling, his eyes seem sad. You smile back, knowing what a gift he's just given you. I mean, it's kind of shitty because you can't really do anything with it, but it means a lot. Narrator, I swear to the gods. Not to you though, to someone else. Still, cool gift. You both search for something to say, anything to talk about. During the awkward silence, you look around the dump, spotting some kind of ritual table, stained with blood and littered with various bottles. Nearby is what looks like some dangerous potions. What was this ancient cult up to? Looking to check out this date? Is this a date? Yikes. Anyways, looking to shake it up, you approach the potions and pick up the fanciest one. So, what will we do next? Pour out those potions, mix those potions, and drink that potion. Let's mix those potions. You take the potions and start mixing them. Wraith will probably like a science lesson, right? Your new mixture starts to smoke as Wraith's eyes go wild. The glass explodes, taking out the other bottles in a domino effect of a highly poisonous liquid and tiny shrapnel. Shrapnel. Wraith runs in front of you and shields you from the explosion. Oh, wow. You certainly know how to, make sparks fly. Whoa. Wraith with the double entendre, right? And tendre. I don't think I said that right. Kinda lame, but I'll take it. Wraith nervously smiles. He's endearingly awkward. So, I guess, tell me about your family. I have no family. I remember my parents. I remember my grandmother. Foxes don't really visit family after they move out of their dens, well, of their parents' dens. And so I don't know my grandmother. I do know my parents. And my parents. They're always fighting. Wraith sighs, one of those long wraith sighs. I made him mad. At least your parents were around. I'd give anything to have spent more time with mine, even if they were fighting. Ouch. Can't win with this guy. I'm now feeling really awkward reading all my lines. Okay. It's fine. The sexual tension in the air is palpable. Or maybe it's just regular tension. I can tell with this guy. You look around for anything to distract you. What's this table for? And it sure is a beautiful night. Hoping it might turn into something a little more hands-on, you lay back and look at the stars. It sure is a beautiful night. Wraith joins you and starts soliloquizing about the constellations. I can see well in the dark, so I'm pretty good at picking stars out. How about you? You think you can take me on a constellation? No. Feeling invigorated by the slightly flirtatious challenge, you smirk playfully at Wraith. I'm learned a lot laying on my back. Look at the sky, up at the sky that is. Okay, then let's see how many of these. I'm going to get none of them right. Deal. Question the first. This constellation roughly translates to sea whale and is located in the region of the sky alongside other water-related constellations. I'm cheating. I don't know stars. I'm cheating. Constellation. Spell it right, please. Is roughly translated to sea whale. If I could spell. I want points with Wraith. Cetus. Wraith crossed an eyebrow, perhaps realizing he's underestimated you. You did not underestimate me. I did not know. I cheated. Sorry, honey. Honesty is all for you, but I do not know. But I want points. Okay. Maybe you just got... I did. Okay, question the second. What do we call the constellations located in the ecliptic, or the path of the sun? I am cheating. Zygocytes. I don't know what that is. The Zodiac? Ray shrugs. Okay, you got it. That was it was not. A last question. Question the third. This constellation was first described by Nicolas Louis de la Cassille and roughly translates to pendulum clock. It's right in front of me. Why am I asking? I probably could have figured that one out. That was in Fairy Tale. Oh, I'm now upset with my knowledge. Wraith nods, impressed. Okay, I thought that was tough. But that's the only one that I probably would have known. What do you mean? Though, it could have been anime, so I don't know if that counts. But you got it. Good job. Great job. You got all three right. We got another nerd on the app. No, you cheater. That was fun. Thank you. You feel like you're finally warming up for Wraith, so you unleash the big guns. You wanna play Truth or Dare? Uh-oh. Wraith looks mortified, but tries to keep it together. Maybe this is progress. I guess so. But only if I can ask first. Deal. Truth or Dare? Truth. How about a truth? If you were a plant, what kind of plant would you be? Great question. Great question. Ray smiles. Kiss ass. I am trying to get him to like me. I will be a kiss ass. Okay, I know what a cactus is. What is this? I might go with this because I don't want to be prickly. But also low maintenance. What is the other one? Oh, those are so pretty. Oh. They have a sense of warning and may indicate a dangerous side despite a beautiful appearance. That's not what I'm glad I remember that flowers have meanings. I think I'll still go with it. I'll still go with it. It's pretty. A very flowery description. I thought it was funny. I don't think Wraith cared for it though. Too bad you can't woo me. You can. Okay. There. this is the cleanest option. So I'm scared with the apparently how perverted I am. Show me something. We'll go with that. Tell me something. Show me something you never show anyone else. Well, you're about to see something other people have seen. Wraith looking incredibly uncomfortable. I'm sorry, that's a bad dare. Too big. It's just truth or dare makes me feel unjust. Thank you for being patient with me. I need to try to be more open with people. This is starting now. Wraith clears his throat. In a way a lazy writer would make him do if they wanted to signify something important and different was coming up. Let's see if we're right. Do you have my bell? I want to show you something. We were right. Take a drink. Is this not a drinking game? Dang. Missed opportunity. Of course I have it. You reach for it, but oh no! Where did it go? Oh, but it's gone. Wraith furrows his brow. I swear I had it. I don't know where it what could have happened. We'll need to find it. But Claudette and Dwight burst in and interrupt. Seems like they have a very dramatic announcement. We have a very dramatic announcement. See? Told you so. But it needs to take place at the beach. Wait, but we gotta find the bell! What happened to it? You arrive at the beach, but something feels off. You can't quite put your finger on it, but you feel uneasy and cold. And here's why. The spirit appears as if from nowhere. Hey, Luciana. I bet you didn't expect this hot piece of sass. What? Goth girlfriends can't make silly, sexy puns from time to time? Dwight and Claudette, scram. Yeah, I use these two simpletons to dupe you. You're easy to dupe. Maybe because, deep down, you wanted to be duped. There's no way Wraith can be keeping you happy. Spirit's usual disaffected nature has given way to some combination of disgusted and desperation. And it's kind of working. Wraith's a fake. He's not even a real ghost. He only pretends he doesn't want people to care about him. But really, that's all he wants. And he wants it more than anything. Ugh, can you imagine wanting something? So cringe. I bet he won't even tell you his theory about this island. What a fake. You deserve to be set with someone real. A real ghost. Someone who really doesn't give a shit. Someone who doesn't even care if you say yes or no to me. You're right about Wraith. You're a hypocrite. Don't even answer. Oh, I really want to tell her that she's a hypocrite. That could get me killed. So I'm not going to answer. You see through her desperate last-minute attempt to win your affection. It's almost sad. You turn around and walk back to Wraith without so much as saying a word. You came back. No one ever does. No one ever comes back. Wraith is shook. Are those tears welling up in his eyes? You can't tell, because he looks away. There's a sniffle, and he looks back at you, beaming. I want to show you something. You follow Wraith to a corner of the ruins that you haven't seen. He brushes aside some dead leaves and branches, revealing a hatch in the ground. Want to do the honors? You open the hatch with some effort and lower yourself into a long tunnel, grabbing onto a rusty ladder and beginning your descent. Be careful! This is surprisingly pretty. I don't know how to feel about this. You descend into a spooky, dimly lit room. It looks like an ancient ritual chamber with torches, tapestries, engraved skulls, and animal remains. On one end is a set of intricately carved locks and cuff mechanisms on the wall. A torturary? On the other side is a table with potions, books, and maps. They pick one of the larger, leather-bound books and Wraith walks over, opening to a specific page. You see incantations, symbols, a drawing of someone chained to the wall. A different language you can't read, except for the words Cult of the Black Veil. Conveniently, those words are in exactly the language you can read. From everything I've found, I think these are the ruins of an ancient cult. They seem to be devoted to some type of sentient evil. I think they used this island, or maybe the person they worship did. And I think they used this ritual site to travel to and from the island. I think they sacrificed people on this torture wall in order to open some portal out of here. Look at the map. You unfurl one of the larger rolled up pieces of canvas, revealing a detailed map of the island. It's all here. Trapper's Cave, Spirit's Lighthouse, Huntress's Cabin. All the common areas. Even Ivy Island up in the corner with little hearts drawn around it. I figured out the layout of the entire island. I need to know what it is I'm trying to escape from. Look at the wall. Walk over to the wall and examine the chains and locks. It looks like some kind of torture wall. Wow, what happened to people here? They keep prisoners? It looks like they were tortured, but from what I've been able to dig up, it was something more realistic, ritualistic, serving a larger purpose. I have reason to believe those prisoners weren't alive for long. Do you think the Call of the Black Veil is still around? Are we in danger? I don't know. Maybe, but I have a plan. All we need. And right as you're finally about to get some of that sweet, sweet information that you've been lusting after, Claudette and Dwight pop in again. This time, they swear it's for a good reason. I promise we're not being manipulated this time. Honest. It's time for dinner, you silly gooses. Come get some food. Dwight, the last time, the plural of goose is geese. Sorry, I keep forgetting. What a fun day you've been having. I see it right all over your face. You're shining. And that's not just the remaining anxious sweat from spending an afternoon courting a psycho killer. No. You are really feeling this whole romantic experience. Don't worry, I'll keep your dirty little secrets. But enough gentle ribbing. It's time to get back to business. All the appetizing singles have arrived for dinner, including Trickster. Wraith is here too. We're not going to do the gag where we cram them all on screen at the same time again, so just believe me, they're all here, and they're just as sexy and demented as you remember them. While you're loving the line, everyone is being very careful not to offend you by saying the wrong thing. Congrats, by the way, on getting this far. I'm as surprised as you are that these four are falling for you. No, not because of your personality, but because you just met them yesterday. People have fallen in love a lot quicker. I'm not too shocked. However, since Trapper seems to be like the biggest long shot to end up holding on your heart, he throws caution to the wind and speaks up. It's a pretty small consolation prize for being the least loved killer on Murderer's Island, but hey, letting them have this one moment in the spotlight is the least we can do. And heaven knows they won't do any better than that. If I'm dining solo, I'm eating what I want, and you're all eating it too. Lamb's shank. Rare, salt, pepper, no sauces allowed. And serve it with one single piece of broccoli so Wraith won't complain. I like broccoli. It gives me horrible gas. Oh, I don't like that. Buddy, wait till you smell what Rare lamb does to my bowels. It's awesome. Dinner will be served shortly, but certain power brokers would like to know about your day. Would you like to share your day with the rest of the group? You've had an interesting day, that's for sure. But how will you describe it to the others? Say too much or too little, and it could affect your standing with the group. Okay, but don't just sit there saying nothing. Nothing is not an option. Say you had a great time, get excited about the hatch. Had a great time. It was fun. We had a great time, and we played Constellation Trivia. The whole thing left me starry-eyed. Everyone rolls their eyes. Talk about sexy. No, really. If you're gonna tell us a story, talk about something sexy instead of whatever that was. Ray smiles. You're strangely good at getting him to do that. Dwight and Claudette bring out dinner. Everyone eats in silence. No one trusts anyone now, and they're all very tired. Oh, wait. No, sorry. That's a dreary supernatural horror thriller set in Antarctica. Not a charming parody dating sim set in an undisclosed tropical paradise. Bon appetit! Don't you mean bone? No. Almost everything we serve has a lot of bones in it. Even the vegetables. Impossible to avoid on this island. Everyone eats without speaking. Tensions are rising, both of the sexual and deadly variety. When everyone finishes, Dwight and Claudette come back to clean up the table. They linger around they linger around you as they pick up your plate, take your napkin, and dust crumbs off of the table. Would you like to say something to the servants? Thank them. Your top-notch service is much appreciated. Everyone, if you would please be so kind as to follow us to the fire pit, we'd greatly appreciate it. We've been told something big is going to happen. Something that will change everything. I don't think they like that. You can go willingly or go unwillingly. You have no choice. Tough cookies. Did you have a choice on how you said that, dweeb? Yes, and I immediately regret how I did. Good. Something needs to change around here. Fire is rebirth. Fire illuminates the soul. I hope the fire isn't too smoky. Smoke hurts my eyes. I have pretty sensitive eyes. I'm also horribly afraid of it. The fire, I mean, not my eyes. We have childhood trauma involving fire. And finally, everyone starts moving toward the fire pit, if only to get away from Ray's complaining. Oh, baby. You take a seat on a comfortable log, feeling the fire's heat against your skin, and wait for other killers to take their places, wondering who will want to tell a story this time. Or will narrator tell a story? I bet they've got a stunningly creative mind. Hey, you think, are they allowed to simply place thoughts in my mind like this? Doesn't seem fair. Everyone makes their way in, but something unexpected happens. Nothing. Nothing happens. Something almost always seems to be happening here. So nothing is probably not a great sign. Oh, cool. Now everyone is looking at you. So, you know, do something. Should I pick someone to tell the story? Or we could play charades? Boggle? What is Boggle? Well, we were actually thinking, why don't you tell us a story? Uh-oh. Oh, it's a board game? I've never heard of it. Wraith points a spine and skull staff thingamajig at you. You duck out of its way. Who knows what that thing can do? Probably shoot lasers. Try not to bore us. We're just very interested in you. Don't speak for me, Huntress. Now, you can't tell if you're warm from the fire or if it's your nerves heating up. I know that the fire is right there, but maybe if we stop talking about it all the time, we can start to pretend it's not here and doesn't, you know, threaten to burn us all alive. He's not supposed to hear me. Get out of here, Wraith. Luciano was about to make an important decision about telling a story or not. I will attempt. I don't know what this means, but I will. Sure, I'm game to tell a story. I hope it's a mystery. Okay. So what type of story do you want to tell? Romance, adventure, action. I don't fucking know. What'd I get myself into? I don't know what Wraith would want. romance. I'm gonna go full on with the flirt. I'll tell a romantic story. About two lovers who take poison together and die foaming up the mouth? Or about two strong hunters who meet when they both try to bludgeon the same wily Wolverine? Not quite. It's about my parents. Met at a party in college. He was hosting. She'd been dragged there by some friends. Hey, Steven. Hello. How's your day been so far? They couldn't have been more different, and yet, as the night went on, they were drawn to each other. She made fun of his taste in music, and he took an interest in her major, women's studies. Is that an actual major? They were married within 2 months. That's a little fast, don't you think? Bit too soon to know if you can trust someone, don't you think? It's so... You're right, Wraith. It's so sweet. It's so sweet. They were destined. They fought a lot, but they were destined. Exactly. I learned a lot about love from them. If you know, you know. Some people don't need years to get acquainted with their partner. Love can spark from a mere look across a campfire. Now you've got their attention. Each killer is furiously attempting to catch your eye from across the fire pit. Except for Trickster, who has wandered over to the bar and is loudly playing his own music on headphones to drown you out. Okay, that was not a very good story. I don't mean to insult you, but it was actually quite bad. Sorry, but this narrator keeps it real. We can't just end there. So who else would you like to hear a story from tonight? Victim killer to killer, trying to decide who might be the most entertaining. It's getting warmer here too, so I've been debating if I want to go, if my dog would love to go on walks now. It's hard to get him to start back up, after winter, because he doesn't like walking, in the snow. Neither of us like walking in the snow. Me, for the fact of, humans don't have any padding on their feet, and I have become a clumsy fox because of it. And he doesn't... We haven't got him little shoes for him yet, but we are debating. Because his paws get cold. Where is this dungeon? I don't have a basement. Isn't that usually where dungeons are kept? Obviously, Wraith. Well, I guess, if you want. Let's see, what story could I tell? I could tell you one about Mami Wata, a beautiful African sea goddess who would lure men in with sex and then reveal her true form as half woman, half fish, making them swear to be true to her and no one else. Long story short, it usually ended badly for the men. Which is the end of the story, I guess. My bad. Let's see. There's that one about the mysterious cult that would demand a human sacrifice to, What the fuck? Hello? Hold on. I thought I heard something. Okay. I don't. We do have something, but it's literally like a small like area where the water heater is, and dirt. Dirt. It doesn't have an actual like room. It's just water heaters and then like dug out dirt. If you want to call it a basement, sure, but 4 or 5 people have trouble standing in there. let alone sitting. No, that's no good. You don't want to hear that one. There's a living tree. Its branches were more like tentacles, and it oozed a strange liquid from its bark. One time, a girl I knew drank the liquid. She disappeared that night. But a week later, a new tree appeared. It had a very familiar-looking face etched into the bark. No, that's a bad story. That can never happen. How about something truly horrifying? One time I was doing my maths, and I mixed up the quadratic equation and Pythagorean theorem. Just for a second, in my mind, I guess I was tired. But wow, that was scary. I want to hear more about the half-fish lady. Particularly the fish part. It's not just you, Luciana. Half the time, I have no idea what the health trapper is talking about either. When you're hot and rich and extremely scary, you start to think people will just accept whatever you say. How was story time? A lot of people like to talk about pot shots at sequels, but I think every good story deserves a follow-up. And when you think it's the end, the sequel is almost never as rewarding as the original. And that's why I'm more of a fan of the episodic style of storytelling. Knowing it's a series takes a lot of pressure off of any individual installment, and holds a greater sense of community between audience and creator. Tell me, Luciana, if you could delete any sequel from existence, what would it be? Don't answer that. We don't actually care. Well, we're just here to make sure that we seamlessly move on to the next segment of the evening. God forbid my small talk gets in the way of a romantic Twilight moment. Dwight, I'm gonna need you to shut your yap trap. You know that we need to get back to that thing we do whenever we're not on screen. Okay. Have fun tonight and try not to... Can I wink? I never try to wink. Would it matter if I winked? You can't see one of my eyes. Let's pretend I winked. End up dead. Why did you say... Oh, he said the words. I say the words wink, wink out loud. And what kind of double entendre are you getting at with the end up dead thing? Dwight is physically incapable of winking. Not since the accident. And you do know that all of these people are despicable criminals with double-digit kill counts, right? Well, except for Spirit. She really doesn't belong here. She's strictly a victim, not a perpetrator. No wonder she's pissed. Did I hear someone trash-talking Spirit? Deal me in. What do you say we take this talk to the hot tub so I can soak this bod while I roast that ghost with some killer hot... I hate him. Please. Enough talk of burns, things that are lit or getting blazed. It's enough that these activities have to be set next to a literal fire. Must I be surrounded by figurative flames as well? What if we turned and ran far away from as places we could? Just you and me. On those spindly legs? You'd probably tire before you got too far. If it's running away to someplace more secluded, Luciana is after, they should obviously join me. Have you seen these legs? Pure power. Not that my walk speed really reflects my giant stature, but that's because I choose to move slowly for stealthy reasons. It's my own choice, and it's completely logical. Why is everyone so obsessed with comparing themselves to each other and creating drama? I'm so over all that. Don't you get it? Society wants to trick you into fighting with each other so that corporations can swoop in and sell you fake solutions to all your fabricated problems. I'll be sitting in the shade and drinking something locally sourced while thumbing through a public domain novella printed on recycled paper because I refuse to play their game anymore. It's like she's actively trying to be as unappealing as possible. Does really turn anyone else on, or just me? Despite Trapper's insatiable appetite, it seems that his attention, along with the attention of everyone else, is still on you. For the moment. If you could, I don't know, just pick one of us, maybe we could all move on with our lives, or, you know, some special projects we might have going. You heard him. Who would it be? Who we will head off with for an evening activity? I'm just saying. You might not get a ton of chances to date like this before your time on Murderous Island comes to a close. And no, I'm not satisfied with that name either. But with this streaming reality TV dating show boom happening, it's really pretty much all that wasn't taken. Which killer will you pick? And yes, we're back to excluding Trickster because, ugh, that guy. Wraith. Wraith? I knew you never picked me. Who am I kidding? But I did pick you. Wraith immediately turns and runs away. It's like he didn't tell you what you were getting into. Well, follow him! Thank you for the lurks, Link. She does have the muscles. You catch up to Wraith and, as usual, he appears a little anxious. Ask which one. Give Wraith a massage. Tell him to calm down. That is the worst option. I hate it when people tell me to calm down. Let's ask him what's wrong. Hey, you seem a little off. What's wrong? Wraith stops and tries not to look at you. After a moment, he relaxes. You can tell, huh? You must be getting to know me pretty well. There's that big sigh again. Sorry. Sometimes I get too in my head. You nod understandingly. Well, maybe there's some way we can get you out of there. It's just throwing a frisbee, starts getting down and dirty in the sand. Is that like a sandcastle? Have you ever made a sandcastle? No, I haven't. I've only been to the beach once, and I did not like it. I stayed inside. Can we make sandcastles? We're on a beach. Maybe we should get down and dirty in the sand. But we shouldn't let it all go to waste. And just make sure there's no good. I was wrong. About your intentions, you wink. That'll work. There's no way Wraith will misinterpret this. That's a great idea. But maybe we can both keep clean if I go grab Dwight and get him dirty instead. As Wraith runs off to kidnap Dwight for some nefarious purpose, the narrator looks at you and smirks. Yes, the narrator is so smug about being right, but they are now talking in the third person. Alright, I get it. You're right. Thank you. Right. Wraith returns with an exhausted-looking Dwight and some shovels, and you realize you will now be burying Dwight in the sand and making a sand sculpture around his head. Look, I know this is what you had. This is actually what I had in mind, but still seems kind of fun. Oh, what sand sculpture would you want to build? A mermaid, a car. This isn't what you meant. Let's make him a mermaid. Let's make Dwight a mermaid. Yes. Just like Mammy Wada. You dig a hole the size of a person. This truly is a Dead by Daylight experience, isn't it? Once it's big enough, an unenthused Dwight gets in, and you pile sand on him up to his neck. You put the finishing touches on Mer Dwight. The Wraith takes out a Polaroid camera and takes a pic of the three of you. He's all smiles. Dwight looks miserable. Wow, that really relaxed me. Thank you. Oh wow, it's so late. Time flies when you're on a date with the coolest person on the island. Oh, this is a date? Wraith smiles and rolls his eyes. Come on, let's get back to the group. As you start to leave, you hear Dwight whimper. High tide is gonna come in. I'm gonna drown. That's helpful. Dwight. You're trying to impress a killer, but that doesn't mean you can just let Dwight drown. You quickly dig around Dwight's neck and shoulders until he can free an arm. Rest is up to you. I gotta run. Thank you, Luciana. You jog to catch up to your date. Wraith turns to you, smiling sheepishly. Wow, this day went by so fast, but I guess it's over. I don't understand. Why is it, you strange, beautiful weirdo? Why did I cut myself off? The gang's all together again on the volleyball court. Seems like only yesterday you were sitting on the sidelines watching everyone get sweaty. That's because it was? Oi! Feels like I've been here a lot longer than that, actually. It's so late that the sun is already beginning to rise. Better get this over with quickly so that you, can get some beauty rest. I do not recommend the internal damnation of perpetual narratordom. A good thing you've really used your time well since then. We're really getting to know the gang. The brain, the mogul, the basket case, the psychotic bunny girl. You know, the 4 types of people. Anyway, everyone is gathered on the volleyball court for a new type of game. Pitch your dream date and see who Luciana chooses. Who's ready for round robin? How round are we talking? No, not to eat, Wondrous. Each killer gets 2 minutes to tell you about the dream date they have planned for you tomorrow. In no particular order, which is a weird thing to mention, right? Almost like the order does matter. Trapper, why don't you go first? You think you deserve it, even if, in this case, it's a subtle dig. Stop talking. Trapper, without further ado, would you like to make us all uncomfortable by pushing the boundaries of what's acceptable in not only in polite society, but in the narrative of this in-world event, and also the larger meta-narrative of a Dead by Daylight dating experience? Sometimes you just gotta say it. Let's get this over with. Why, yes. Thank you. I'd love to. So, Luciana, you're thinking of picking me? Well, this is your final warning. Pick me and be punished. And rewarded? Tomorrow will suck. Probably. I'm not an easy guy to get along with. I know that. But I can tell you this much. I'm hiding a secret on this island that will make fans shit themselves with excitement. If you like Trapper, you're gonna love it. And if not, you're a maggot. Also, everyone, even confident, sexy ladies in rabbit masks, better stay the hell away from my yacht. Great! Huntress, why don't you take it from there? Tomorrow morning, I'm planning on a nice atmospheric breakfast on the yacht. Don't worry, Trapper won't even know it's gone. What was that? Nothing. Nothing. Go away. Then, boy oh boy, I've got such an adventure planned. It involves hunting for treasure. What kind of treasure we looking for? I guess you'll have to pick me to find out. Let me tell you, it's primo stuff. Now, if you don't mind, I've got to start preparing, because it's clear already that you're going to pick me. I haven't even really talked to you. What? Court? Is everything okay? Confident, mysterious. I like it. Hit us, Spirit. Figuratively. Damn it, Dwight. I'm gonna watch your words with these people. Oh, god damn it, Core. I panicked. You can't do that to me. Please don't do that to me. I would have felt so bad. Tomorrow, you'll spit in the face of God, die, and be reborn anew. That's it. If you're not intrigued by that, I don't want you. Go draw crayon art with Trapper, dig up whatever mysteries with Wraith. I don't know what those guys do all day. Do you want to really specify which god you'll be spitting in the face of? All of them. Okay then. So hide you tonight if you intend to hang with Spirit. Sorry. Anyway, Wraith? Oh well, I don't know. I'd really prefer to just tell Luciana privately. I don't really know how that's going to work with all these game mechanics. What if you just whispered it to Luciana? Wraith considered this for a long moment. Too long. That's fine. Without moving, Wraith lowers his voice to a barely audible whisper. Tomorrow we have to find my bow, and then I can finally tell you what I've been working on. It's going to be really special. The kind of thing where we will really bond. And maybe finally get off this island. And maybe we can go on a real date. You done? Is that it? Wraith nods, proud. And time's up, everyone. Gosh, you need to dream about these options so you're ready to choose in the morning. Now go dream about all those swoon-worthy options so that you're ready to make a choice come dawn. Have a swell night. Did you forget to mention something? Of course. How can we forget? Before you run off to slumber peacefully, there's one more thing to do. No reality survival dating competition parody would be complete without slinging out one of our contestants who is already teetering on the edge of a psychological break and giving them a little push. Hold up. This has been a survival dating competition parody of this entire time, and I'm just now finding out about it? Come on, the signs were there. Just didn't read them. Welcome to Murderer's Island. It's now time to eliminate one of the killers. Oof. It's like a butchering, but it hurts even worse. You can't kill a killer, but you can break their heart? Do you dare to even try? You mean, that's right. Try one of these sexy slicers will not be eligible to take you on a date. Who's it gonna be? But why? Because it's dramatic? Because it's surprising? Because it's a classic reversal of fate? And it will hurt someone's feelings. Someone dangerous. What's it gonna be, champ? What's your thought process here? Trevor seems like he might throw you in your sleeve if you eliminate him. That being said, at least you'd see him coming. Spirit could be anywhere. She floats. And I hear she can disappear. Hard to track. If you get rid of Wraith, she might cry. Although I totally support normalizing men crying and being vulnerable, it just seems like he might be an ugly crier. Huntress? She'll pretend to be okay with it, but then you'll start seeing her behind every tree. What I'm trying to say is, I don't have it, you boss. So which sociopath are you eliminating? I will eliminate Trapper. This was very simple. Trapper, you scared the living shit out of me. You are eliminated. That's fair. Honestly though, I don't care. You suck. But not in a good way. You bore me. You personality-free maggots. It wouldn't even be fun to kill you. Which I was totally going to do tomorrow, the first chance I got. So this is a win-win for both of us. Still might kill you though, out of principle, for eliminating me. Sleep with both eyes open, and have fun on your date tomorrow. Now that you've broken the heart of someone heartless, you should go get some shut-eye. And don't worry too much about the broken heart you've left behind. Because, of course, they'll be receiving a consolation prize. They might not get to go home with Luciana when this is all over, but they'll never sleep alone again. That's right, we're sending our limited player home with... their own mostly new Trickster body pillow. The next best thing to the real Trickster. It might not hug you back, but it definitely won't try to stab you. And how do we know? Because I've tried it. That's right. It's Dwight tested. Claudette approved. Hope you sleep well tonight, Luciana. You're my hero for what you've accomplished. How can you sleep tonight knowing what you've done? No, not because of the guilt. I mean, knowing that there's a legitimate homicidal maniac who hates you so close by. How can you sleep tonight, knowing what you'll do tomorrow? I don't know how you'll do it, but you better go before Dwight and Claudette come back and put you to sleep themselves. You know those two. Schedule. Wow, what a crazy way to end the day. An elimination? I didn't even know it was that kind of game. Let's check in with everyone, especially with our loser. Everyone deserves a send-off. We'll see how things go tomorrow, I suppose. I'm not expecting anything. I tend to shut my mind off during hard times. I know I seem all excited and devil-may-care, but the truth is, I'm really a pessimist at heart. That tends to happen when your mother is skewered by an elk when you were young. Yeah, how'd you know? Wild guess. It's also the only thing you talk about. If you'll excuse me, I think I saw a raccoon over in that tree and I'm feeling peckish. I don't remember the last time I felt this nervous? Excited? Chemically, I know those two feelings are very similar, but I don't know. Luciana is great. Well, what else do you want me to say? I don't handle rejection well. At least I don't think I do. No one has ever been dumb enough to reject me before. Yeah, the more I think about it, the angrier I'm getting. And I'm a giant rage monster, so everyone in this room should be scared right now. Turn the camera off. And did I think there was a chance I might get eliminated? Yeah, I did. Did I care if I got eliminated? Not even a little. Does the volume of words I spend talking about how much I don't care about things signify a deeper yearning within me to be seen, heard, and validated by those around me? Nah. What? No, you're not a part of this. You don't get a confessional. It's cool, man. I'm not a part of anything. You feel me? I'm not a cog in anyone's machine. I'm my own machine. This whole thing is pretty cute, though. Charmingly low budget, old school marketing vibes. Not gonna lie. Kinda wish I wasn't so busy right now. I'd definitely be down with a reality show style dating competition with survival elements. But I got my new album upcoming tour, finalizing the new sneaker line, producing a limited series on my life, starting a new social media NFT crypto app, and doing those private gigs over on IP Island. My dudes, you gotta come check it out. IP Island, it's dope. It's where the real killers are hanging out. Fully licensed, no legal drama. The lawyers, take a hike. I'm gonna tell everyone that Trickster said that about them. Don't worry. I'm talking your favorite established characters from all over pop culture that can't be seen on this island. Hell, you probably can't even mention them. Like Ghost, don't you say it. Look, we get it. You're very popular and in demand. But we have a game to get back to, and I don't want to get sued. Why does he look upset? I did not put fox in there. Kitsune is a fox. I am dumb. I'm gonna have to change that. That's upsetting. I think that's that dumb. Alright, thank you for telling me, Ryu. What was good? Tycho. Ghostface. Come on! Okay, so that wasn't sad. That was... That was debated. Whatever. I don't even care. I'm the trickster. See you around, Luciana. You too, narrator. Oh, I didn't even get down that far. I got to the Arctic Fox Kitsune and then my brain shut off because I was stupid because a Kitsune is a fox and I put in fox twice. So, you know, I didn't even get that far. So I just saw that you were pointing out my lack of proofreading. But I'm not cute. I'm a ditz. I have a name, you know. You do? Yes! Seriously, they do not pay me enough to deal with you people. Is it my turn? What? No. No, it's not your turn. You're a sentient water. How are you even sitting in that chair? What's a chair? It's the thing you're getting all wet. Now it's gonna smell like mildew. Okay. Rude. Fine. Let's get this over with. It's your turn, Ocean. Do your check-in. Check-in? I was just looking for the bathroom. Bathroom? Are you serious? It's in the hall to the left. It's okay. Never mind. Never mind? What does that mean? No, not you two. This wasn't meant to be a confessional time for literally every character in this game. It's okay. We don't have to confess anything. We've just been working our asses off for 2 days straight and wanted to sit down somewhere. This chair is wet. Yeah, I think the ocean just peed on it. How is that possible? You know what? I don't care. You two are looking pretty pleased with yourselves. I've got something to confess. Oh great, what's it gonna be? Wait, glue in the 2nd grade? You should on an algebra test once. Watching Trapper get eliminated was the first time in this unending spiral of staircase of pain that is my life I've felt even a modicum of joy. Every minute that I am alive is a nightmare. This place, the sun, these sweaty, sugary drinks. Sweet, sugary drinks. It sounds fun for a long weekend, but for an eternity? The unrelenting rhythm of crashing waves and wailing seagulls is like a crescendoing song of evil that makes me question the very foundation of the universe. Why am I here? Why are any of us here? What kind of sentient being would do this? Please, erase me from this existence. Please, make it so I was never born. Pull the plug on this experiment and let my soul be free. And please, please get me out of this polo shirt. Okay, let's get you to bed, buddy. I don't want to go to bed. Going to bed means eventually I'll have to wake up. Yikes, huh? That was a weird way to end. Ah, well. What are you gonna do? You let the camera roll long enough. Someone is bound to say something crazy. Anyways, it seems like everyone's had their shot to annoy me tonight, so hit the hay and get some rest. Tomorrow is gonna be a doozy. Alright. I think I'm gonna end it here so I can get a nap in before I go before the Core Keeper stream tonight, because we are doing Core Keeper tonight. I'm pretty sure. Hold on, now I'm double checking. Yeah, I need a nap. I need a nap, Armor. I do. I'm tired. I'm more awake than what I normally would be, but I still feel tired. Yeah, okay. The Core Keeper stream is happening tonight. So we're going to get Core Keeper again. So I'm going to go take a nap so that I can go and be ready for tonight. I'm also probably going to pre-record tonight's goodnight message. So, since I will probably be streaming when I would normally want to post it. But thank you all for joining me for this scary romantic experience. Wraith is a lot cuter than I thought he would be. Spirit, I might play through her route off stream because she's also adorable. I love them both a little bit. Who should I? Shino's live. Bring over Shino. He is playing Wild Hearts. I've heard mixed things about that game. So I don't know how I should feel about it. But thank you all for joining me. I will see you all later for the Court Keeper stream. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. You too. Thank you for showing up, Vane. I appreciate it. Bye bye. Nope, ignore me. I didn't even start the raid. I don't want you looking at the screen for that long. Ignore me. Ignore me. It's fine. Now I will see you all later. I need a nap.